This video training resource guides on how to use KumaLive Learning Support System. In this section, you will be guided on how to navigate within the instructor's interface. Log in to the NTU Learn and/or iNTU Learn and LAMS platform. Instructor's interface. After logging in, the first screen that you will see is the main interface. Number 1. This button can be used to access the list of available classes. Number 2. This button can be used to change profile information and change display photo. Number 3. This button can be used to access rubrics management. Number 4. The lightning button can be used to start a KumaLive session. To view the list of available classes. From the main interface, clicking this button will draw out a column with all the classes available to you. From here, the relevant class can then be chosen. Introduction to Instructor's Profile page. From the main interface, instructors can access the profile page. From the profile page, instructors will have the ability to edit profile details, set a new password, and upload a display photo. To access the profile page, first click on the profile name. Then click on the Profile button. A new window will appear. This is termed as the profile page. This window provides access to multiple different functions. To change profile details. To edit profile details, from the profile page, click on the Edit Profile button. The following window will appear as follows. Fill in the updated details as desired and click Save at the bottom right corner of the page. To change password. From the profile page, click on the Change Password button. The following window will appear. Fill in the updated details as desired and click Save at the bottom right corner of the page. To upload a display photo. From the profile page, click on the Portrait button. Subsequently, this window will appear prompting you to take a photo using your webcam. Instructors can upload their live photo instantly using the webcam on their devices by clicking Take Pic icon. Alternatively, instructors can upload a photo of themselves through their laptop or phone by clicking on the Upload button. The desired photo can then be chosen by clicking on Browse button. A new window will appear. Click on the desired file, then finalize the file by clicking on Open. Then, Set as Portrait will change the display photo to the chosen one. To assess and create rubrics for assessment. To create new rubrics for in-class usage, from the main interface, click on the downward arrow. A drop-down list will emerge. Then, click on the Rubrics Management button. The following window will appear. Fill in the required rubrics, for example, contribution, illustration, then click Save at the bottom right corner. To commence a KumaLive session. At the main interface, click on the Lightning button. Clicking the Lightning button will result in a prompt to enter the following details. Number 1, session name. Number 2, checking the boxes with the relevant rubric used to access the students. Click Create when completed. As session has commenced, prompt students to enter the session. As students enter the session, the Learners column will fill. Students login. Login to the NTU Learn and/or iNTU Learn and LAMS platform. Students interface. After logging in, the first screen that you will see is the main interface. Number 1. This button can be used to access the list of available classes. Number 2. This button can be used to access profile page. Number 3. The lightning button can be used to start a KumaLive session. To view the list of available classes. Number 1. Click this button to access list of available classes. Number 2. List of classes will appear. Number 3. Click on the relevant class. Introduction to Students' Profile page. Similar to the instructors, students can access their own profile page through the following method. Firstly, click on the profile name, then the Profile button. This will bring you to the profile page. It is the same as the instructor's interface. To change profile details, at the profile page, click the Edit Profile button. The following window will appear. Input the details as required and click Save at the bottom right corner of the page. To change password. To change password, at the profile page, click on the Change Password button. The following window will appear. Fill in the updated details as desired and click Save at the bottom right corner of the page. To upload a display photo. From the profile page, click on Portrait button. Subsequently, this window will appear. Students can take a photo using the webcam in their devices by clicking Take Pic button. Alternatively, students can upload a photo of themselves through their laptop or phone by clicking on the Upload button. The desired photo can then be chosen by clicking on Choose File button. Number 1. A pop-up window will appear. Number 2. Select the relevant file to upload. Number 3. Click on the Open button. Number 4. Click the Set as Portrait button. To enter a session, click on the KumaLive Lightning button when prompted by the instructor to do so. This screen will appear. As students join the session, the Learners column will start to fill. Wait for the instructions from the instructor. Instructors will be able to ask students questions and thereafter able to choose a student to answer them. We will now learn how to navigate the instructor interface. Asking questions for instructors. Firstly, start a session. Then, prompt students to join the session. As students join the session, the Learners column will start to fill. To ask a question, click on the Ask Question button under the Teacher column. Once a question is asked, learners could respond by clicking the Raise Hand button, which is available on their screen. After the learners have clicked on the Raise Hand button, the following happens. Number 1. Learners who have clicked the raised hand button will move into raised hands section. Number 2. Learners who did not click the raised hand button in wanting to respond to question asked will remain status quo under the learners section. Instructors will now have a choice to pick either those who raised their hands or even those that did not raise their hands to answer the question. When the answer is deemed sufficient and perhaps providing a quick verbal formative feedback, instructor can click the Finish Speaking button to start grading. Once the Finish Speaking button is clicked, the rubric chosen for the session will then appear. There are 3 grades available in each rubrics created. The green smiley face being quality answers, the yellow smiley face being mediocre or acceptable, the red sad face being poor. Instructors can then: Number 1. Proceed to ask other students the same question or further related question initially asked by clicking on the photos on the raise hand section, represents those who responded, or alternatively from the learners section randomly, which enables non-participative students to be given an opportunity. Number 2. End the current question by clicking on the Finish Question button. After grading the students, the instructor has the choice to end the session or to ask another question. To end the session, click on Finish KumaLive button, or to ask another question, click on the Ask Question button. We will now learn how to navigate the students' interface. Answering question, students. Once the session commences, the following screen is shown. As other students join in the session, the learners column will start to fill. It will remain this way until instructor asks a question by clicking on the Ask Question button. When the instructor clicks on Ask Question, the raised hand button becomes available to all students. Students can choose to answer the question asked by clicking on Raise Hand button. Once Raised Hand button is clicked, the student's photo with the name will move to the Raised Hand section, which is seen by all other students and instructor. If learners change their decision, they can retract their hand by clicking on the Put Hand Down button. This will make their profile, photo, and name to shift from Raised Hands to Learners section. Learners are able to click on the Raised Hand and Put Hand Down buttons multiple times in every question asked. Once a learner is placed to answer the question, the screen presents the following. The profile, name and photo of the learner answering will appear on the leftmost column. Once the answer is satisfactory, the instructor will grade the student. This will not be visible to the student. The student can then choose to keep the hands raised or put the hand down for the second question. Or if the instructor wants, the session could be ended at this point. Creating poll. Instructor could create a poll by clicking on the Create Poll button to seek for students' opinions and/or perspectives. Once the Create Poll button is clicked, the following is displayed on the screen. Number 1. The desired question can be entered. Number 2. The choice of options in terms of answers that the learners can choose from. Number 3. To commence the poll. Number 4. To cancel the poll. To create customized list. Firstly, click to show the drop-down list and select the option Custom. To allow multiple choices for the answers, the custom option must be chosen from the drop-down box. Each option must be entered into the text box separated by curly brackets. To start poll, click Start Now button. Number 1. The learners participating in the session will be shown here. Number 2. To close the poll, click on Finish Poll button. Number 3. To reveal the results of poll to learners, click Show Votes to Learners. Number 4. To reveal each learner's choice to all learners, click Show Votes and Voters to Learners. Number 5. To show the results in a bar graph format, click the Switch Chart button. During the session, under the individual options, for example, true or false, you can view students who have picked that respective option. Under the Not Voted column, you can view learners who have not voted. If the instructor clicks on the Switch Chart button, the statistical distribution can be viewed in a bar chart format instead. Once an instructor has started the poll, the students can: Number 1. Click on the desired option, for example, false. Number 2. Click on the Vote button to submit their preferred option as an answer. Once the choice is fixed, the selected option will be highlighted. Here we explore a few choices the instructor has to show the results to the students. If the button Show Votes to Learners is clicked, students will be able to view the statistical breakdown of replies of each option in a pie chart, and the learners who have chosen the option or those who have not voted. Secondly, Show Votes and Learners to Students. Once this choice is picked from the main poll page, students are able to view the compiled results of the whole class through a pie chart and the options that other students chose. In this section, we go over ways to obtain the reports generated by KumaLive. Accessing reports. To access the reports, click on the downward arrow on the main interface, then on the Reports button. This window will appear with a list of lessons that are facilitated till to date. The checkboxes allow the instructor to select the respective lesson. Click the Export Selected button to export grades for the selected lesson. Click the Export All button to access the grades of all lessons. Here is an example of a report generated for one session in Lesson 1. There will be 2 tabs, KumaLive Report and Learner's Summary, in each worksheet. We will now explore the interface of the tab. Refers to the name of the session, in this case, Session 1. The names of the students participating in the session. The assessment rubrics adopted. The time and date of the attempt captured. The rubric scores for each of the students who have participated. Here is an example of a report generated for a few sessions that is presented as Learner's Summary. The assessment rubrics. The rubric scores obtained for each attempt under the respective corresponding assessment rubrics. Here is an example of a report generated for all sessions. The names of students who have answered for each session. The assessment rubrics for each session. The time and date of attempt. The rubric scores for each student, their every attempt, and the average score across the attempts. Example of a report generated, Learner's Summary for different lessons. Names of students who have participated for all lessons and sessions. Assessment rubrics for each lesson. The scores attained for each of the lessons.